Hello, how's it going? How are y'all doing? Today we are going to make basketball hoops. We're going to make smaller ones than this, but you could always make a bigger one out of a part of a box. So we're going to make basketball hoops. We're also going to make a catapult to shoot the basketball. So we'll see how this goes. Woo! It helps if you have a few of these ping pong balls because sometimes it can be hard to find them. So that is one style, this bigger one. You can also do a less fancy one, I'll show you. If you have Play-Doh or salt dough from my recipe a couple weeks ago, that can be your base. This one is still drying, but that could be your basketball hoop. All right, this is just a Dixie cup that I use for the basket. But you want to make sure whatever you end up using for your hoop, that the ball will actually go through it. The first thing we're going to make is our catapult. So you'll need popsicle sticks, the thicker ones or the thin ones, it doesn't matter. If you have a plastic spoon, that would be ideal. I had a plastic spork, and it works. When you launch the spork, you just launch it from the actual stick, not the spikes of the spork. So then you're going to need rubber bands. If you don't have rubber bands, you can get an elastic hair tie. So I'll leave this up here so you can see while I'm building. So there's kind of the back of it. So we're going to attach rubber bands to keep these two sticks that are at an angle pinched, and we'll attach more rubber bands around to keep these other sticks together. All right, so since I did this one with the big sticks, I'll make one with the smaller popsicle sticks. So you need two for your angle, and then the others will just be your stack that separates the gap here. And you can make a couple of these. You can see if you make a really tall stack, if that changes how far it can go. So you might want someone to help you hold this. You can also start by just putting the rubber band around the tip of your two popsicle sticks. This is a really long rubber band. It's going to take a couple of times. If your rubber band breaks, like mine did, you can just tie a little knot in it, all right, a double knot. I seem to have a rubber band shortage in my house, so that's why I got the hair tie out. All right, once you have your first one together, your first two together, you can kind of separate them a little bit and then shove in your other ones. Let's take one out. All right, we still together here. Then you're gonna put your other rubber band around both ways. So right now I just have it on one side. And you want to, if you can, try to get it around both sides. Okay, so you kind of get a little X pattern in the center. And then mine is not very even. I'm just going to slide it down a little so it's centered. And the last thing you're going to do is take your spoon or spork or whatever and put it through. Did you see that? So you just kind of weave it under and push it down. For making the hoop, the style I'm going to show you right now is you're going to need a box. So get a cardboard box and you're going to cut off the longer panel and the shorter panel. So I already did that on mine. I have my shorter panel and my longer panel that I cut down. So what I'm going to do is glue this on to here. So I am going to be using hot glue. You don't have to use hot glue. If you are going to use hot glue, make sure you have an adult help you with it if you need help with that. If you're gonna use white glue, you might want to get clothespins or some sort of clip to help you hold things in place while you let them dry. Or you could always prop it up against a wall or something while you let it dry. But don't forget, you can also do our other style here, okay? So this one, I just have the Play-Doh or the salt dough as my base to hold the whole stick. Another good idea is putting paper under where you're gluing, especially if you're on a nice wood table, so we don't get anything destroyed here. I'm gonna just put a couple dots of glue on each end, and then I'm gonna line it up with the side of my cardboard here. Once I have it lined up, I'm gonna hold it in place. So if this is the style that you're making, I think the brown cardboard is kind of boring, so I'm gonna add some construction paper to the inside of mine. You can just trace onto a piece of paper and figure out roughly how big the inside of your little quart here is, and then you're gonna cut it out with a scissor. The next part that we need, now that we have this lovely room for our basketball hoop, is the backboard and our hoop. This is some fancy ribbon that I had at work a while ago. I'm going to show you how to make one with a pipe cleaner. I'm going to show you how to do one with a Dixie cup if you have that. But you could do one with part of a toilet paper tube as long as your ball, whatever ball you're using, will fit in through the hoop. That's the important part. So we're going to get a piece of cardboard, another piece of cardboard to make our backboard, and get whatever you're going to use for the net. If you're going to do the Dixie cup method for the basketball hoop, you're just going to cut the bottom a little, kind of poke the scissor into it, and then cut off the bottom. And your scissor might work better one direction than the other. So once you have the bottom cut off, if you want to do a little bit of a fringe to kind of make it look like it's a hoop, you can just do little cuts all the way around. All right, the other style, if you just want a simple hoop, is you could just cut out a pipe cleaner, cut off a pipe cleaner. You could just glue that onto there. Okay. I just had an idea. So if you're gonna do the pipe cleaner method, if you have any gauze, I just found some gauze in my first aid kit, you can kind of use that to make a net of your hoop. This is some old gauze. Time to update. So I'm just gonna cut that. If you are using the pipe cleaner method, you might need, I don't know if you could tell, but it's sagging a little bit. You might need to take either a little piece of pipe cleaner or a little piece of popsicle stick, and you can kind of cut those and just support it on the sides. If you're doing the cup, you shouldn't have a problem. The one I made before, it stayed right up. It just glues right to it. So you might have to make a little bracket just to help support that. and keep it upright. All right, so if you have gauze, if you want to put it in there, makes it look a little bit like a net. This is a little too long. And now we're gonna have to test out. So if you need to make a bracket, make it on both sides. You can kind of see them on each side there. Once you have your hoop ready, get your catapult back out and give it a test and see if you can make a basket. This is going to be the challenging part, is the basket. I don't know. All right, well, clearly I need some practice. So, I hope you had fun. Please send us a picture, email me a picture, post it in the comments. We'd like to see which one you built. Don't forget you have a couple of options. So you can make an even bigger one if you would like. And then, my still drawing, if you are going to do the Play-Doh method, or some sort of dough to hold it up, you're just gonna want to prop this up with something. So I have it leaning up against a bowl, 2 bowls, just so it can dry. And once the base dries, this will be very sturdy, okay? So, hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time.